Hello and welcome to another video on iNav secrets and tips. Now, I've already done a couple of videos on things like global functions and logic conditions. I'll put links to those down below, but if you're interested in doing some kind of cool stuff like dynamically, automatically changing the video transmission power either by the flick of a switch on the radio or as you fly further away, then those two videos kind of explain that and talk a little bit more about what logic conditions and global functions are within iNav, because it isn't obvious from the documentation. Now, this video is all about rearming or overcoming the pre-arm safety checks that are there if you are running iNav. Now, the reason that I'm interested in this is I have had one or two conditions where I've had my return to launch oh dear switch is the top position of my arming switch. So in the low position it's disarmed, in the middle and top positions it's armed, but in the very top position it's return to home mode. And that means that when I panic I can flick that switch. Now, I've had two instances where I've started a flight and accidentally had the model in return to home and not spotted it. So I don't actually set my switches up that way anymore because it's a bit dangerous. It's a bit dangerous because when you go to put it into a regular mode like angle or horizon or whatever else you're flying in, if you hit that switch a little bit too hard, you disarm the aircraft. At that point, you are dead stick. The servos still work, but the throttle is dead. So you have to kind of land it. Now, my last one was about 150 feet in the air. And luckily had lots of open space around me, so I could kind of dead stick it into the ground without making too much of damage. However, this is a way in the latest version of iNav you can set it up so that in the event of you having an instance like that, or maybe you're flying a quad and you accidentally disarm it. Of course, with a quad it's even more drastic. The thing just falls out of the sky. You can immediately click it back into ARM and get everything working again. Now, before we get too far into this video, I need to give a very big thank you to Pavel Spakowski, who is one of the lead iNav developers. Now, Pavel is a lovely guy and has been very generous with his time, helping me figure this out. I'm going to put a link down in the description to his channel. If you are interested in iNav, automated flying wings on cheap and cheerful flight controllers, or how to do iNav on multi-rotors, Pavel's channel is well worth a look. So big thank you to Pavel. Let me get into some of the caveats and caution before I show you how to do this, because you are overriding the safeties in iNav, which is inherently slightly dangerous. Now, there's only one thing that can't be overridden in iNav, and that's the throttle position. It'll only arm when the throttle's in the low position, so be aware of that for this. Now, this will allow you to arm on the bench. You can set up a logic condition that will allow you to flick a switch and it will override all the arming pre-safety checks. And so long as that throttle is in the low position, you'll be able to arm. Now, normally with iNav, I would recommend turning on loads of additional things. Things like the extra arming safety, turn that on when you're actually out the field. That means that you cannot arm the iNav model unless it has things like a GPS lock. However, if you are on the bench and you just want to run the motors up and make sure everything's okay, or maybe in a fixed wing you actually want to make sure that the prop's turning in the right direction, using this method you can just flick a switch and override all of those arming safeties and then blip the throttle and the throttle will run. Again, be very careful working indoors on anything that has props when you have power applied. My recommendation is always remove the props when you're indoors working on the bench. The other thing it'll allow you to do is to, once the craft has been armed for 4 or 5 seconds, is to then have a logic condition that spots that. So then if you accidentally disarm it in flight, you can immediately pop it back into arm mode, put the throttle at the low position, and away you go. You can kind of catch it and rearm it again. And this is something that I'll be doing on my models in case I accidentally catch that switch. It sometimes happens on complicated models where you have lots of stuff. Right, enough banging on. Let me bring up iNav and show you how to do it. Now, again, in iNav, we need to be in the Mixer tab to set up logic conditions, and these are going to be the ways that we're going to detect when things are happening. Now, the first one we're going to do is say when the flight arm timer is greater than 5, but there's loads and loads of things in here. You can get an idea of how cool you can make it. You can maybe have it on RSSI, so below a certain amount it initiates return to home, or maybe below a certain voltage it'll initiate return to home. But for now we'll just focus on arm timer and we'll set the value to 5 seconds. logic condition 0, if we just left it like that, we could just use it as a check and have logic condition 0 override the pre-arming safety checks. However, I'm going to put this second one in here, and this is going to allow me, by sending RC channel 10 to a high position, to override it as well if I'm playing on the bench. And then finally, I'm going to OR both those logic conditions together. So in this particular instance, it's logic condition 2 that I'm going to be interested in. That will allow me to either rearm in flight, or by putting channel 10 high to override the arming checks on the bench. Now we've got those logic conditions set up, the next thing we need to do is to set up the global function that's going to change everything. And again, if you're not following this, go and watch those other 2 videos that go through it. Action ID 0 is override arming safety. It allows it to arm at any angle, even without a GPS fix, and that's the one that we're going to use. So we're going to use global function 0 with logic condition 2 that we've just set up, which is that OR of the either a switch or when it's been armed for more than 5 seconds, to enable that to happen. So now we've got all this set. Let's set it up for logic condition 2, which is the one that's kind of either or. We're going to have to go into the CLI again. We're going to type global function. Global function rule 0, 1 for enabled, 2 for the logic condition that we're after, and then all zeros, whoops, hang on, I've done one more 0 than I need to there, to actually turn that on. And then clicking save will then save that down. So using that method, you can have it so that the model can be rearmed in flight, which for those of you who've ever been caught out like that is going to be worth its weight in gold. It's going to save a nasty crash if you're in a multi-rotor, or a rather hasty dead stick landing if you're flying a fixed wing. Make sure you're subscribed and have the bell notification icon selected, because I'll be doing more of these iNav tips and tricks as we go through, because as you can see, there's an awful lot of things that you can test with logic conditions, not just whether a channel is high or low or whether the model's been armed for a couple of seconds, but you can also test for battery voltage, RSSI, lots of flight characteristics in order to automate things on the model. Thank you for watching my video and watching right to the very end. If you want to find out what I'm currently working on, you can follow me on social media by searching for Painless360 in the usual places. If you'd like to become part of the inner circle, then you can become a Patreon. Details are in the description and you get lots of additional benefits. Check out the playlist section on the channel too. I organise all of my videos into playlists, and it's called something like Introduction to or for Beginners. All of the content is aimed so that you can start at the very beginning, and it teaches you that subject, starting with simple principles and moving up to teach you everything you need to know.